Matt from the Hell Zone here with a special offer just for you. A special offer. I've got a special offer just for you. Just for you. I've got a special offer for you. Folks, are you tired of not having a knife? Are you tired? Are you tired of not having a knife? Well, don't worry any longer because I've got for you a knife. I've got a knife. I've got a knife. I've got a knife. Do you want a knife? You can have a knife. I've got a knife for you. This is a knife. It's knife to see you. Knife to see you. If you need a knife, I've got a knife and I can sell you this knife. Do you want to buy this knife? Because you can have this knife for only the low price. The low price of 3 easy payments of $69.99. Nice knife. A nice knife for only $69.99. This offer will not last. This offer will not last. This offer is going to be gone after a short amount of time. Buy the knife. Buy the knife. Buy this knife right here. You need this knife. Do you need this knife? Yes. Have you ever been in a situation where you've said to yourself, this room that I'm in would be improved if I had a knife? Well, if you have this knife, then you won't have to worry about that. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I already have a knife. Well, you don't have this knife. It's true. You don't have this knife right here, the one that I'm holding. And if you were holding this knife, then I wouldn't have this knife. That's how I know that you don't have this knife. You don't have the knife. You don't have the knife. I have the knife. Do you have the knife? No, I have the knife. Be sure you don't poke your eye out with the knife. Don't poke your eye out with the knife because I have the knife. You can't poke your eye out with the knife. That's something you could do if you had the knife, but I have the knife. You don't have the knife. I have the knife. And, I always wonder, do you feel safe in your home? Well, you shouldn't, because you don't have a knife. You don't have a knife. If you had a knife, you could feel safe in your home, because if a home invader came, you could give them the knife and say, isn't this a cool knife? Then they would look at the knife and they would say, yes, it is. And then you could talk about how cool the knife was. And then you could be friends. You could have them stop robbing you. They'll stop invading your home and they'll start invading your heart. Because your bond over the knife will grow. You can become good friends. You can play Smash Brothers together. You can play Smash Brothers together with a friend because you brought this knife. Think about all the seconds you're wasting in your life where you do not have a knife. You need a knife. You need a knife in your life. You've got to have a knife in your life. You've got to have a knife in your life. And it can be yours for only 3 easy payments of $69.99. $69.99. $69.99. $6,999. That's how you can have this knife for that much money. And that comes with a 3-day money-back guarantee. 3-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-800-HELZONE. Hell Zone. Call 1-800-HELL-ZONE. You can have this knife. You can have this knife. That's not all. And that's not all. One knife is good. But what if you had 2 knives? What if you had a second knife? What if you had 2 knives? Have you ever had 2 knives before? A lot of people have 2 wives, but no one has 2 knives. Think about that. You've got to have a second knife for free. Absolutely free. Absolutely free. You can get this free extra knife for absolutely no extra money. Absolutely free. Absolutely free. You can have 2 knives for the price of 1 knife. For the price of this knife, you can have this knife, and then you can have 2 knives, and then you'll have a second knife to have in your collection of 2 knives. Your collection of knives will be greater than it is by 2. If you have this knife, and then this knife, you'll have 2 knives, and then you'll have 2 knives. Think about that. Process that in your mind. This offer right now, I can tell you one thing. This offer will not last. Call now. You have to call now. If you call now, you'll get this offer. If you do not call now, then you will not have this offer. You have to call now in order to get the offer, and to have it. You have to call now. You have to call now. Call now. Call now. Call now. Don't call later. Call now. Call now. Call now. Our operators are standing by with the knife. They're standing by with the knife, waiting to hear your voice on the phone. The operators are standing by, waiting with a knife to hear you. Call them. Call them now. Call them now.